Hari Om. Jai Shri Radhe Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, Shlokas 42 and 43. Yāmimāṁ puṣhpitāṁ vāchaṁ pravadanty-avipaśhchitaḥ veda-vāda-ratāḥ pārtha nānyad astīti vādinaḥ kāmātmānaḥ swarga-parā janma-karma-phala-pradām kriyā-viśheṣha-bahulāṁ bhogaiśhwarya-gatiṁ prati. Supreme Lord Shri Krishna says, the unwise who are obsessed by desires are very much attached to the flowery words of Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets and resultant rebirth as the reward of their actions. They glorify only those parts of the Vedas that appeal to their senses, like high birth, opulence, sensual pleasures, and assume that there is no deeper principle described in them. In the previous shloka, Shri Krishna discussed the significance of focus. These shlokas talk about how some people mistakenly, due to their ignorance, the word used by Shri Krishna here, avipaśhchitaḥ, see Vedas only as a way to get material benefits. Here the reference is to the karma-kanda or the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, which lays down specific rules for specific actions for attaining specific results. Those who give too much importance to this section of Vedas are called here as unwise and lacking in discrimination. Other than karma-kanda, there are two other parts in the Vedas, upasana-kanda and jnana-kanda. The unwise cling to the first part, karma-kanda, neglecting the other two, which are of higher value. Sri Krishna explains that while the Vedas do talk about material desires, they are not the main point. The Vedas lay out different stages of worship and understanding. Doing rituals without grasping the deeper meaning of the Vedas is just the beginning, leading eventually to devotion to God, that is bhakti. Shri Krishna tells Arjuna not to chase after material fulfillments, the flowery descriptions alone, those which promise heavenly pleasures which are temporary because they distract us from our spiritual nature and make us forget about our eternal connection with God. Consider the example of going from Chennai to Delhi in train. If our goal is to reach Delhi, and if we keep getting down at each station and start enjoying the delicacies and stay back there to enjoy, how are we going to get to Delhi, which is our goal? Similarly, looking at karma-kanda alone and focusing only on rituals for attaining personal desires like wealth, progeny, health, or overall sensual pleasures will not lead us to moksha or liberation. This is the statement of the Supreme Lord, who is urging all of us to reassess our priorities and choose the spiritual pursuit over the material pursuit. It is foolish to think that heaven is the highest goal, because once the good or positive karma is exhausted, he falls down from heaven to earth. Kshine punye martyalogam vishanti. Shri Krishna stresses the path of devotion to God, which leads to lasting happiness and union ultimately with God. Hari Om. Jai Shri Radhe Krishna.